Hello everybody, welcome to week 2. So I want to start off this week by just telling you a little bit of my experience with taking calculus when I was in high school. So when I was in your situation, your place. I remember taking pre-calc, and I know this is a calculus course, but you gotta take pre-calc before you take calculus. So I was in pre-calculus, and that's when you learn basic trig. And I just remember thinking, what is this? What is the point? Why do I care? Then I just got through it because I like math, so I just got through it. And when I got to calculus, calculus was the course where I finally saw the application of every math I ever took. I saw the application of algebra, algebra 2, geometry. I saw the application of pre-calc when I got to calculus. Because calculus it's the first subject where you can start applying to the real world the knowledge of math you've learned throughout your whole life. It starts becoming meaningful. So again, in pre-calc, that's when you really start learning about trig and the in-depth trig, not just sine and cosine sort of things. So this week, we're going to be using trig in our calculus course, and I don't want you to freak out about it. I want you to get excited because it's going to start being more meaningful to you. You're going to understand more of why it's important in calculus. So it's really cool. So this week, again, this is just our overview of what to expect for this week. I am not going to lecture at you this week, but I am going to make you watch a video on Khan Academy. It's a great resource, and he explains how we use trig, or how we use chain rule to solve trig problems very, very well. So I think it's a great resource, and you guys can use this resource if maybe a way I explain something doesn't make sense to you. It's always a very, very strong resource to go and use if you need extra help. Anyways, I will attach the video that I want you to watch, and again, chain rule is just a tool that we use in order to solve these problems. So last week we talked about polynomial functions and how to use chain rule in order to solve that. This week we're adding a new type of equation, which is trig function. So now we're gonna learn how to use chain rule to solve those. So I want you to watch that video that I'm going to post, and then what we're going to do is a Twitter discussion. So I have the trig chain rule problem, and then I'm also going to make you watch a video about it's common misunderstandings that people have about chain rule in general. So you're going to watch that, and this video is going to be, I think, very enlightening to you guys because it's going to show you a lot of the mistakes people have made in the past and how you guys can learn from their mistakes. Education is all about learning from mistakes. So you can either learn from your own mistakes, or just in life, you can learn from other people's mistakes. So I want you guys to watch this video. I want you to take notes on the mistakes or the common misunderstandings that people have made using chain rule, because chain rules, it's kind of complicated. So if you guys can learn some of the things that you shouldn't do, it might help you prevent making those mistakes when you do the problem for yourself. So after you watch those two videos, which I will post, you are going to have a Twitter discussion. So our hashtag is calcnonos, or chain, what is it? calcnonos 2018. I will also post that below so you guys can see it in writing. That's our hashtag. So every time you tweet something, you have to write that hashtag in there so that I know you are tweeting. After that, in your Twitter discussion, the topic is just about something you learned in the misunderstandings video of chain rule. So either tell me something you learned not to do, or tell me something that enlightened you, tell me something you learned from it, or tell me a mistake you promise me you won't make when you do these types of problems for yourself. After you do your post, you're responsible for commenting on 2 of your peers' tweets. Either, honestly, just have that conversation with me. I'm not going to limit you on what you can say. Say, wow, like, I didn't even think of that. That is a mistake I would make. Just have a conversation with them. Something that you learn, something you're enlightened by, questions that you have, anything. Just have that conversation. We want to collaborate in here. So you're not going to do any worksheets or anything like that. We did a lot of repetition last week, but I really want you to have this Twitter discussion and talk about things you are not going to make mistakes on. We're going to learn from other people's mistakes. So that's the goal for this week. Again, ask if you have any questions. Use your Google Doc and just talk to each other. Let me know. You guys can do this, and I'm so excited to see your tweets because I think you're really going to like that video about kind of what not to do. So, have fun.